Okay, we're at part 4, and I believe this is going to be the final chapter for now in what I'm doing to push forward my drinkware product. So I have an email out to this big drinkware manufacturer. I'm trying to see if they want to talk about a licensing deal. I have a prototype in hand. I'm starting to realize as I'm waiting for somebody to bite onto this fishing lure that I don't have a patent in place. I've spoken to a patent attorney. I didn't want to pull the trigger and pay the $5,000 to file a patent. I have my prototype in hand and I'm preparing to talk to somebody. I know at this point I'm either going to talk to manufacturers because I've put out some fishing lures out in that direction, or I'm going to be speaking with this big drinkware manufacturer, and I need to have a patent in place because I'm going to be talking to other people about it. I'm going to have to give more detail, and I want to protect my information. So I do a little bit of research. I ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT tells me you don't need to get a patent. In many cases, you can get a provisional patent, which is like a temporary patent that you file. And I don't know all the semantics of it. I can't remember off the top of my head, but basically, it doesn't have the cost of a patent. It's not as long of a process. You can literally file it yourself online on the state or county website. I can't remember which one it is, but ChatGPT will give you all of this information. And I just felt in my bones a provisional patent is the way to go. I knew a full-blown patent wasn't, but I knew a provisional patent was. So as I was waiting for one of these people to get back to me, somebody to bite onto the fishing lure that I had floating out in the water, I worked on a provisional patent. You can guess it. I asked ChatGPT, how do I do a provisional patent in the state that I live in? It gave me a full-blown step-by-step bulleted instruction manual on how to file a provisional patent. It was easy. I also watched some YouTube videos. So anytime that I need a little bit of extra information on what these next steps are and ChatGPT can't give it to me succinctly, I will ask YouTube. There are so many amazing videos that will take you step-by-step through the process, and that's exactly what I did. As I was watching the YouTube video, I had my laptop open. I was filing a provisional patent. I did it. I filed a provisional patent. Now, I still hadn't heard back from the drinkware company. I still hadn't heard back from the manufacturers. But I was like, listen, I've made some headway. I'm on the path. I don't know the next step, but that's okay. I'm going to sit back, work on other projects, let it go, relax, and wait for the answer to come. I'm sitting in my hairstylist salon chair getting my hair done. And as we're chatting and talking, she is asking me what I'm doing, and I'm informing her. I'm working on this, I'm working on that. I also have a drinkware product that I'm trying to build. She, off the cuff, kind of explains that she has a client who is on Shark Tank. Now, I've never thought about Shark Tank as being a viable option for me for some reason. It didn't at all come up in my periphery of reality. And listen, I've watched Shark Tank. It's absolutely fascinating to watch these people bring these products to market with the help of a thought leader in the field or an industry magnate or a big time entrepreneur. To me, that's always been very interesting, but I've never really considered it. It was never something that was like a main goal. But she mentions that one of her clients had a toothbrushing product that she had an idea to manufacture and went on Shark Tank. And so I said, that's so interesting. And she said, she's a really cool woman. You would really like her. She's local. She's super nice. She's made it. And I said, wow, maybe I'll ask you for her number. And she said, yeah, she would love to talk to you. I said, I wanted to gauge with her. Is she somebody that wants to help people? Is she going to be annoyed if I reach out to her? I wanted to gauge her personality. My hairstylist said, no, she's super cool. You'll love her. You guys will get along really well. Now, a hairstylist knows if somebody is going to be a good match for me. A hairstylist knows if I'm going to get along with one of her other clients because they sit and talk for hours to these people. And this is another thing I'm realizing about entrepreneurship and small businesses. It is all about connections. It is all about your friendships. It's about the connections you make with people. So if you're trying to build a business and you're trying to build something from the ground up, be a kind person. Try to connect with people. Don't be fake. When you meet people out on the streets or you meet people at business meetings or, you have different people just come into your periphery, be kind because you never know when these people are going to be needed. You never know when you're going to need to rely on one of these people. I could have been a horrible person to my hairstylist. I could have been one of these people that was she's my hairstylist. I know people like this. I know people that treat the people that they, have to go see regularly, or even servers, they treat them poorly. And it's like, that'll come back to bite you in the ass if you're trying to be an entrepreneur and build something. So because I had a good rapport with my hairstylist, she has a good rapport with her other client. And so later, after I got my hair done, I went home and I felt that is something I want to pursue. I want to do it. Anytime you want to do it, you have the desire to do it. It doesn't mean you don't have fear. You still have fear. Fear is a part of the entire process that never goes away. Okay, you learn to live with the fear. The fear is like a little accompaniment on your shoulder. It's always going to be there. You just move through the world and you pursue your dreams with it on your shoulder. And I wanted to talk to her. So that's always a good indicator to me that my intuition is on board, that it is the next step, that the universe has placed this in my path for a reason. So I reach out to her and I say, hey, I would love to reach out to your other client. I want to talk to her about her experience with Shark Tank. I also looked her up on LinkedIn and Instagram just to see. I looked on her website and it was legit. She had a full-on product. She had taken to Shark Tank. They had taken it to market. She's selling it in big box stores. I also liked her LinkedIn. I liked what she presented. She seemed like I could feel the vibes. The vibes were good. Vibes are a big part of this, okay? It is not woo-woo. Vibes are your intuition. It is synchronicity. It is energy, frequency, aligning, and matching. And I felt a match with her. So I reached out to her. I sent her a text message. And I was really kind. And I was just fun. And I wasn't like, hello, my name is Mrs. Madam. No, I was informal. I was nice. I was, hey, what's up? Like, I live here. I was a little more formal in my verbiage. But I wasn't like, job interview formal. I was just cool, nice, but sounded intelligent. I reached out to her and I told her very, very broadly what I was working on. I'm working on a drinkware product. I would love to chat with you about it. I know that, I'm Bridget's client. And she said, okay, I would love to meet you. She sent me back a text and she said, I'm getting on a plane right now to go to Dallas for a product fair. And you go and you meet other entrepreneurs and you look at different products, and I'm getting on a plane and I would absolutely love to talk to you. And she said, and you know what else is crazy? I'm starting a business where I work with female entrepreneurs to help them build their products. And I would love to talk to you and I would love to connect with you. And she said, the synchronicities of the universe never fail to shock me these days. And I laughed and I thought, vibes, vibes, vibes. Okay, there's a reason I felt good around her. There's a reason that I felt that the vibe was on with her, because she was talking in my lingo, talking in my language. So I wrote back and said, I would love to meet with you. And she said, let's get back together when I get back in town from this conference that I'm going to. She also sent me a fun little link before she got on the plane. And she said, by the way, I have a friend who just developed a drinkware product. Here's her website. Check out her material. I would love to put you in touch with her. I'm going to see her this weekend in Dallas at this fair. Check her out. I go on the link, and when I tell you this other contact had a product very similar to mine, not the same functionality, but in the exact same family of product that my product is in, I was not shocked, but I was extremely happy, because this woman has a connection with somebody who is literally in the specific family of my drinkware product. So if I end up working with her or getting some advice with her that leads me down the next path direction, I have a feeling this connection is going to be super helpful. And again, because I was a nice person, because I went out of my comfort zone to reach out to her, she is now putting me in touch with somebody that may be able to help me as well. So that is the end of part 4. Why am I dressed up, you might ask? Why was I getting ready in part 1 of this 4-part series? Because I am going to meet with her right now. We're going to go to lunch today at a cute little local spot in our little town. We both live within miles of each other, which again isn't shocking. That's a synchronicity. Look at these little things that look like coincidences as actual signs that you're in the right direction. And I'm meeting with her for lunch. We are going to chat. We're going to chat about my product. We're going to chat about her process of going on Shark Tank and developing her product. I can't wait to get more information from her. I can't wait to hear her story and connect with her. It is all about connection at this early juncture. I'm not going in to try to make an impression. I'm not going in to try to sell her on my product. I'm going in just to connect with her human to human, hear her story, and then I will know the next step to take. Because again, it's the next right thing. You don't need to have everything from start to finish.